their respective games in the La Liga. So we're going to talk about all that on the show. The MPFL is started. The Nigerian Premier League is started already, and Rangers International dropped 2 points. They don't start the beginning, they lose 2 points already before the title never even begin. They are dropping 2 points at home. We are going to talk about all that on the show because the MPFL is back. Good morning, John. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Good morning, football maniacs and super sports fans out there joining us live on YouTube. It's a fantastic weekend to be coming back from, and I'm really excited for the remaining games in this season.
Good morning, also.
Barcelona United, how far? Witchcraft Association of Football, how on a day? It's been a weekend of fantastic football. Barcelona goes flying up and down. We are back. We are back now because they say what was that saying again? No rest for the weekend. And for Barcelona people, we don't need rest because we continue with premium banter on the show today. Good morning, everybody.
Okay, remember, guys, we are live on YouTube at Vote FM Sports. You can go there, drop your comments. We'll be reading your comments live here in the studio. Okay, let's start with the Premier League. I'm going to give you the results of the Premier League. Then we're going to talk about a few games that happened in the Premier League. Let's start with the. We already told you on Friday. West Ham. Chelsea beat West Ham away from home 5-1. That was, we have already discussed that one on Saturday. But on Saturday first game of the Premier League match day 2, Tottenham beat Manchester City at Etihad 2-0. But in the afternoon, Bournemouth beat Wolves 1-0. Burnley beat Sunderland 2-0. So they are back to reality after beating West Ham in that first game. Okay, other results: Brentford 1, Aston Villa 0. The final game on Saturday, Arsenal trashed Leeds United 5-0. On Sunday, Crystal Palace and Nottingham Forest played a 1-1 draw. Everton got their first 3 points of the season when they beat Brighton 2-0. Then finally, on Sunday, Fulham 1, Manchester United 1. But today's game, we're going to talk about later on the show, is Newcastle is going to host Liverpool. In that fantastic game. Remember, Isak is the battle of Isak. So Isak will sit at home to watch either the team is currently playing or team he wants to join will play today. So Isak will not play at all. He's going to watch them play today. Okay, let's review some of the games that happened on the weekend in the Premier League. Let's start with Manchester City because they played the first game on Saturday, but they lost to Tottenham 2-0. If you look at that game, Pep Guardiola have lost to Spurs than any other team in the Premier League. Since he joined Manchester City, he has lost more games to Tottenham than he has lost to any other season, in which Tottenham has been a big problem for him. And yesterday, Frank decided to put up a masterclass and they won that game 2-0.
Yeah, I would say that it's a good game for Frank because we all said it coming into Tottenham Hotspur that Frank was a different beast at Tottenham Hotspur. We said that he's bringing up a different dynamics in that side, and I like the side that they are building. But for me, it's more a game of.
You are too calm.
Excuse me.
You are too calm.
No, so do you want to talk for me?
No, you are too calm.
Do you want to talk for me?
We were speaking Italian the other day. We were speaking Italian. It wasn't beautiful anymore, bro. It was a good game of football. Let's be honest. But bro, you should have at least come here with that ginger way you want you speak Italian on Saturday. You know you can't come today. Why, my brother? Let's talk about how the game, what happened in that game. Like, from attack to defense, you were missing. You go on the offensive and you miss your chances. They go on the offensive and they get their chances. We were expecting a Tottenham side to sit deep, play counter-attacking football. But if you see them the way they played, it was the way they played against PSG. From the front foot, let's defend from the front. We're not going to sit too deep. If we sit too deep, they will hurt us badly. If we play too compact, we will get exposed. Let's attack from the front foot. And we saw every other person in that Tottenham side running. That's something I've always said. It's about performance. It's not about having most of the ball. You can have 70% of possession. You can have 700,000 passes. But if you go forward, what do you make of it? Because the likes of Oscar Bob, or waiting of the guy who is back from the other side, from the right, Mamouche, were all scoffing their chances. They could have gone like 4 goals up in the first half. Mamouche missed a chance. The other guy on the other side missed a chance. The defensive error that led to the second goal, Nico Gonzalez, everybody was just missing their chances. And I kept asking myself, if they go on like this, what will happen? This was the City that was expecting, okay, fine, it's Thomas Frank, he's still trying to organize the team, he's trying to get his decision of the team. But a City side that was lost offensively against the Tottenham side.
Lost offensively in what sense?
I think it's not necessarily about being lost. I think it's generally, if you look at the way that game is set up, I understand that they are going to defend and hit on the break, which worked, especially that second goal. That second goal, John, and Donnarumma has been everywhere on the news because after that game, that news actually came up. Donnarumma is probably going to move to City. Trafford made a mistake. I don't know how you have to pass to that guy. You can see that somebody is actually telling on him. It's like it's behind him. We still want to play that pass, and if you want to play that pass, even if you want to play that pass, you have to be 100% accurate that you are going to play it exactly on the feet of that player. I don't understand why you did that.
Godwin, I just want to cut you off there by saying that Trafford made a mistake that Raya has made several times.
Even Ederson has made that mistake.
Ederson has made the same mistake.
Everybody
So
made that mistake.
It's a cookie cutter mistake. I'm not angered by that mistake. I'm angered rather by the failure of Mamouche to be more clinical in front of goal, because if he had buried 5 of those clear-cut chances on that night, we would be up, and those 2 goals would be permissible because we would have been 5 goals up and we'll concede to it. Still a good break even. Secondly, talking about the attack missing, I disagree with you, and maybe you watch your TV upside down.
I agree.
Because we created more chances in that game. We had a better play in that game, telling us that offensively we are not available, defensively we are not available, and that performance, you do not see performance. Maybe you were looking for a performance, but because performance was readily available in that game, what was missing was clinicality. And like I said, the first goal, fantastic goal, nothing against it. The second goal, cookie cutter mistake, and this is what you expect to happen when you are bedding. If not really if you are playing from, but if you are bedding a new goalkeeper into the team setup and you're playing from the back.
Okay, now Ederson was dropped on the bench in that game. What do you think will happen now? Do you think that they should bring in Donnarumma? Because part of the thing they are talking about Donnarumma is that Enrique said that he doesn't play well from his feet. So Pep Guardiola is the person that basically started all this ball playing goalkeeper. Do you think they should bring Donnarumma, or should just keep with Trafford and Ederson throughout the season?
Like, if you ask me, I would prefer having an Ortega and Trafford in my side.
That's what I would prefer. So no Donnarumma for you? No
Donnarumma for me, if you ask me.
Okay, now so what do you think? Bringing Donnarumma, or
just because of our mistake, you are bringing new goalkeeper?
Well,
just if not so, any day they make mistake, any day we are not make mistake, they'll go sign goalkeeper. This guy, the why he will sign?
Why you won't sign goalkeeper now? Because of that. They play.
Wait, no, calm down. I stay top.
They play.
Emerson. Anytime we make mistake, they'll go sign new goalkeeper. Pickford. Anytime we make mistake, they'll go sign new. If not so, every single day sign goalkeeper every week.
He's a young boy. He's going to learn.
You will definitely learn. Well, like John said, it's not a new thing. It's a cookie cutter. Cookie cutter. They don't cost this one, give them as cookie, make it chop small. You don't enjoy this one. Next week, may not do the same mistake, because it's when you progress as you learn. You learn as you progress. And he's made this mistake, but I don't feel like this is the right time to say Donnarumma in. Are you getting a goalkeeper that will sign a 4-year contract and keep the 4 years? After the end of the contract, he will look for a new club. Because if you look at the record so far for Donnarumma, that's the 3rd club he's playing for, and that's the same thing he's gone through. Nobody has actually sold him for profit.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I think it's 2nd club though.
There's nothing wrong with that, There's nothing wrong with that.
I don't say there's nothing wrong with that.
Donnarumma and his brother were both youth prospects from the AC Milan Academy.
I'm just saying.
As a player, you know the length of your contract. You understand me? You want to have control over where you play next and what happens next. I don't think that's a bad thing, because we're crying that this young man over there talking now wasn't street smart when it came to his contract, because he could have moved on from Napoli to better things. Unfortunately, he signed a new contract after being gaslighted, obviously, by the Napolitans, and now he's where he is right now in football.
What I'm saying,
what
I'm saying is, if you have a 3 years left on your contract, don't sign a new contract that has an extension of 5 years. I'm not saying you should go and sign contract every week, but see how the club. There are factors you look at. The club is not controlling where you play the next 5 years. The club is just controlling how you behave while you are with them, and how the fan base treats you while you're with them. I've never seen a chant against Donnarumma by the PSG fan.
They actually love him.
They love him. Now, 1 year to go, and they're telling you, bro, you go like stay 1 more 3 years. If you want a 4-year contract, it's negotiable, but than running, that was what he did with AC Milan. And with running like that, I think in the AC Milan backroom staff, why everything was going on that way, there was something he said to the press that led the fans to chanting against him. and at the end of contract he left. Now PSG the same thing. The managers are like, bros, come talk to us. Let's know what the future holds. If you're going to stay with us, stay with us. So we don't end up signing because they suffer the same thing at the hands of this guy at Real Madrid right now. So you don't end up doing the same thing.
I think that Donnarumma case is a very dicey thing because truthfully nobody knows who is telling the truth. The club is saying another thing, Donnarumma is saying another thing. But when obviously he's going to leave,
the only common thing is you know that there is contract on the table and one person is not signing.
He's going to, for example,
of course,
the agent,
and he has the right to decide if he wants to sign.
What I'm saying
or
that
not.
nobody knows is that, for example, the agent said that we are even ready to not even increase his contract, increase his pay, just sign the new contract. But PSG changed the contract at the last minute. So that's the thing about this thing. You don't know who is telling the truth and who is lying. But let's see if City will get him or they will stick with Trafford. But they lost that game against Tottenham 2-0 at the Etihad. 2 wins for Thomas Frank. 6 points on the table. Fantastic coach. Let's see if he can continue because it's been a very long time. Tottenham actually challenged for the Premier League. Let's see if Frank can do that for them. Even if they are not going to win it, let them challenge it for till the end of the season. Okay, let's talk about other games. Bournemouth won against Wolves 1-0. Burnley beat Sunderland 2-0. All those fairy tales for Sunderland has ended.
It has not ended. I saw that game.
So let's see what happens with them if they are going to survive because both Burnley and Sunderland came in from the championship, but Burnley beat them 2-0 after losing the first game of the season. Okay, Brentford beat Aston Villa 1-0. Aston Villa is one of the top 4 challengers last season, but somehow they started selling their players. I don't even know why they are selling all their players, but they lost that game 1-0. Let's talk about the final game of the day, of the Saturday. Arsenal put up a 5-star performance to beat Leeds 5-0. Even though that everybody expected Arsenal to play, they didn't play well when they played Manchester United in the first game. But in this game, you could see that Arsenal are a big team, they're a dominant team, and Gyökeres scored 2 goals in that particular game.
You know, Godwin, when we talk about Arsenal not playing well, everybody likes to underwrite the fact that Arsenal pulled off the coup of the century, beating Manchester United in that game, because this is a game, if you go back over decades, Arsenal have struggled with. Should we talk about the 8-2? Do we talk about the 5-2? Do we talk about the 4-3? Do we talk about consistently season in, season out? It's been a problem. You understand me? And every other person on the negative side of that fixture is talking about performance of Manchester United. When they were the ones that have been saying to hell with performance, give us 3 points. Now they've switched to the other side of the fence. So if you ask me, Arteta came out on top in that encounter because he played what would give him the win, and he got the win, and he moved on. Every other person can go and lick their wounds for all I care. And coming into this game against Leeds United, you know, it's amazing for me to see that every United team in the Premier League is suffering losses left, right, and center. It started with West Ham United, moved on to Manchester United, moved on to West Ham United, and now Leeds United have been hammered by Arsenal.
Did Newcastle lose their first game?
And then secondly, somebody that said it will be very hard for this guy to come into the league and perform. It will be very hard for him to adjust to the Premier League. It will be you have to press. Bro, Alpha, your club, your 210 your 210 million strikers are nowhere to be found.
For this particular game,
Gyökeres is 2 up. If we add preseason, 3 up.
Okay, now so this particular game, fantastic game from Arsenal.
You don't tell me so. Then they speak. When they talk about Man City now, he no gree speak French. He voice no loud. And the same time he try to remind you. He voice no loud like this when they talk about Man City. He don't switch to Arsenal because Arsenal win. He don't get loud voice. When his team lose, my personal team lost on Friday. I came here on Saturday, humbly and humiliatively.
The English don't want to come out.
The English don't want to come out. I talk and I talk. Your team lose. You were speaking, and that day, they speak waiting for me. They speak Italiano. They tell me Bonabrione, beautiful. They speak Italy for me. Kesera. No, your team don't lose. The English don't humble. You know, so talk about Arsenal. I like the ginger you came with.
Bro, I'm just calling it as it is.
No, I like the ginger.
Sometimes you have to come out and own what you do.
I like.
Come out and own it.
You did not own this thing, no. You did not own anything.
No, so come out and own it. Your correct has hit the ground running.
Which ground
come out
running?
And own it.
Which hits the ground running? With penalty.
For all your talk, it concerns you. Why man you never score one goal till now? Why man you never score goal till now?
I not be man you fine. No, ask
why man you never score goal till now?
When we talk about man you,
where is Sesko?
When we talk about man you, I will tell you why.
No, where is Sesko?
No, John, let's leave man you alone.
Yeah, actually, me and you know that this season, I am not. See, you keep coming back to the man you conversation. I've told you every team I support. I told you we, Liverpool, United, West Ham, Newcastle, Leeds United, every United, fine, I agree. I may be Man U fan, I agree. But for your mind, I may be Man U fan, and I'm telling you, I am not a Man United fan. You. But that one concern because now you're claiming Man City for Man City fan because
the conversation we are having. No, the conversation we are having is Sesko Gyökeres last week.
We didn't have that conversation last week.
Oh boy!
It was before season started.
Yeah.
Said, and I said it here on the show. They will struggle. Nothing you want tell me.
I'm happy you're saying it again because it looks like I was making up charges against you.
I said it.
Bro,
I'm going to say it again.
Who is struggling right now, man?
Let me finish my sentence. They will struggle.
They are clearly not struggling, bro.
And let me finish because you keep coming to interject.
They are clearly not struggling, bro.
When I said they will struggle, if you had seen that game yesterday, tell me with your full chest. Tell me with your full chest that was a world-class performance of Gyökeres.
Oh boy.
The goal he scored, we talked about it. Me and you sat together and watched that game. You saw how he scored the goal. And I said, offside. And I looked at the other end of the post. He was clear cut. One person kept him onside. And I'm like, okay, fine. This guy has kept him onside. Defense. But before that goal, trust me, be honest here on the show. How was Gyökeres' performance?
Godwin.
It was below. See, let's be honest with ourselves. The performance before the goal was below par.
Godwin, you are talking about performance. I like as you are
yes,
talking
his
about
performance in that game was below par. He scored 2 goals. Let's be honest.
Manchester performance last weekend. What was the result?
Let's see. You keep coming back to Manchester United. We're talking about Arsenal United. We're talking about Arsenal.
We are not talking about Arsenal.
We're talking about Arsenal per game. We talk about Arsenal per game. Last weekend, Arsenal's performance was poor, but they got the result. Thanks to Calafiori.
Thank you.
Understand me? Yesterday, the performance was okay. But the person you want to come and hype now, the person you want to come and sing praises to, person for that same game scored 2 goals. Timber, you don't come here and hype Timber.
No, so.
Let me.
The man you said will struggle.
He still struggled. Let's be honest.
The man you said cannot perform.
Depending on
the man you said is not good enough in this league. 2 goals on the table, bro.
Let me
one signing that has not taken. Look at the only signing that has been as instant impact as this for any club in the Premier League is Haaland. Haaland came in and started dominating. Haaland came in and started dominating.
Godwin.
You talk about Ekitike now one goal, Babade on 2.
Godwin, you know, we said this about Kylian last season, and I said coming into a new team, you will struggle. You remember I said it. Coming into a new team, coming into a new tradition, you will struggle. It's normal. But Kylian went on to score goals. Collecting the goals.
After how many months?
Now, he scored in
Put it in perspective, man. Don't just come and wipe every other thing. After how many months?
In his first 5 games, he scored about 3 goals. In his first 5 games. He was scoring goals, but they say it's penalty. Vinicius they give a penalty. He was scoring goals when he came. But I still told you he was going to struggle. And look at his performance in the league last season. He was struggling. Though he won the Golden Boot.
We are not talking about first 5 games.
See, I'm telling you overall.
He came in. Start was terrible.
A penalty.
Start was terrible.
Like I said, his performance was
terrible. Talking about productivity. I'm not talking about performance. I'm talking about productivity. Productivity was off.
He was scoring goals.
Baba came in instant impact.
Where is the instant?
Instant impact.
With a 4.5 rating with 0 on target against Man United last week.
210 million that was brought in to score goal and not score goal. Somebody has put 2 goals.
And I'm telling you, Ekitike, 1 goal, 1 assist, good performance.
1 goal, 1 assist. Your correct is on 2. If you like, you cry your heart out.
Let me interchange this thing. I think that 2 games is still short to say if you're going to struggle or not.
What are we saying,
we
man?
have to play. He had to play maybe 5, 6, 7 games, and we'll check if he's
Then-
scoring 2 goals. Doesn't mean that he's going to score again in the next 3 games. That's the thing. But
Mahmoud scored for the first 2
I
games.
understand how
Wait
this
till
thing
happen
works.
after.
I think it's just 2 games on the Premier League, but I don't want to dwell on so much Gyökeres and not. He scored 2 goals. Truthfully, after they didn't bring him, exactly brought him to be performing. They brought him to score, just like
Thank
Haaland.
you.
Most times, Haaland doesn't have a fantastic game, but he scores goals. Probably that's what Arteta wants to do with Gyökeres. He doesn't need to have a world-class game, but as far as he's putting the ball back at the back of the net, it might be okay for Arsenal. I think Arsenal fans are not complaining. If you go on social media, that is what they are saying. They just want a player that can score goals, and Gyökeres is scoring goals for them. But if you have to wait about maybe 5, 6, 7 games to check if he's going to struggle or not. But you have to check it generally.
Do you know what they talk when you talk about someone had a struggle? It's not about you scoring goals. Haaland came in. I won't say he struggled, but his hold-up play was okay. His touches in the positions box were okay. His runs. These are performances you see. We keep talking about stats. I'm not talking about stats. There are people that talk, wait, there are people, let me finish. There are people that talk about stats all day. They talk about 7 shots, 2 on target, 5 goals. Now, like I said, there are things you look out for a striker. First is your hold-up play.
Oh, wow.
You get now your link-up play. I keep saying it. Your hold-up play, your link-up play. You get the runs you make behind the defense run. You get this. The runs you make. These are performance indicators.
How many of these indicators? No. How many of these indicators have kept a striker at a club during a drought? How many of these indicators?
Bro,
yes. How many of these indicators have kept a striker? Why isn't it keeping Jackson at Chelsea, bro? No, you can't just come and use a microscope and you're counting rice in a bag and you're forgetting the remaining 990,000 pieces of rice in that bag.
Let me interchange in this thing. I think that at the end of the day, no matter how Gyökeres performs, if he scores a goal, Arsenal fans and that will be fine. That is
simple.
But I understand that he needs to play well. But Arsenal normally and generally the team plays well, so probably they might not actually need Gyökeres to be that good. But again, you cannot compare because he scored 2 goals against Leeds. That is now going to struggle. He can score. He struggled against Manchester United. He scored 2 goals against Leeds. He might struggle against Liverpool because they play Liverpool next. If he keeps performing in the next, score goals. Let me use the word score goals in the next 5 games. Then I can agree with John that he's not struggling, but you cannot just use 1 game to say he's not struggling. So it's not a 50-50 balance for both of you. We have to check
all the people that signed this summer. How many never score goal? Let's go there.
Do you know that something can happen and after 5 games, Sesu can start scoring goals and he's the highest goal scorer. It's possible.
Then go play him first before he go score goal.
So the thing about this thing, I think I'm just saying, I'm just trying to balance it that 2 games is still too short to check if he's going to struggle or not.
Thank you.
But and again, Arsenal brought in Gyökeres to score goal, not just to perform. They don't
and Baba is marking his KPI as far as I'm concerned.
If they need performance, then Jesus is their best striker.
Thank you.
Jesus always perform, but
they perform miracle.
Nothing.
They perform miracle. Did you see the sitter he missed in the first half?
Yeah, the ball was too fast for him now.
It
was too fast. He was not dropping back.
No, so
I get it.
Just a critic.
I get it.
Okay,
I'm just saying, if someone has a good game, we'll say it here. I've not been a person to come back. I'll tell you, even if I don't get flour to give you.
Yeah, saying the same thing.
Now, see, John, wait. Even if I don't get flour to give you, potato in my backyard, I go come out the leaf.
I just balanced it. One.
He had a poor performance.
Gyökeres is not there to perform anything. Gyökeres is to score goals for Arsenal. It's just as simple as
but
that.
Let's be honest, he had a poor performance.
He dey pay you.
Do you know that Arsenal fans will be prefer him to be scoring every game and not
perform. Thank you.
And that's Arsenal fans. But
people wey perform how market. Man, you wey perform how market.
Now, me as a football fan, I would prefer you perform and get the result. Rather than just look for shortcuts.
Everybody is not going to be that. The main thing about the striker is to score goals. But if you look at that general game, Timber scored 2. Bakoya Saka scored the other one. It was a thrashing for Arsenal against Leeds United. The statistics in that game, Arsenal has 18 shots on target, have 5 shots on 18 shots in total, have 5 shots on target and scored from all 5. Gyökeres scored 2, Timber scored 2. Fantastic game for Arsenal and Arteta. if you look at the squad
Timber,
depth,
a man of caliber.
if you look at the squad
Good
depth
player.
of Arsenal, is crazy. Arsenal have not considered any goal in the first 2 games of the season. So let's see if they can break that Chelsea's record of 15, conceding less than 15 goals in a season. But everybody played well at Arsenal. But it's this United, you can say it's this United. But next week is going to be interesting to test them again, because they are going to play Liverpool next in that game. Eberechi was presented to the crowd. He was happy, and he is going to wear the number 10 shirt. So we are going to see how he's going to play, where he's going to fit in. He's going to fit in that midfield, because Bukayo Saka was injured in that game, and Odegaard was injured in that game. Both of them were substituted because of injury. But let's see, the young boy, Doman came in. Max Doman came in, 15-year-old, won a penalty in that game. Fantastic boy, fantastic game. This
is the second time he's coming into the Arsenal shirt and winning the team a penalty.
I think now they brought in Eze and some of these players. I don't think he's going to make match day squad. But let's see how Arsenal is going to perform. But it was a fantastic game. They beat Leeds United 5-0. Talking about the other team that played yesterday, they played a 1-1 draw. Fulham and Manchester United. I sat down to watch that game. The thing about Manchester United is that they start up very well. I understand what Amorim is trying to do. I can see that they play good for especially that first 15 minutes. They press Fulham. They hit the bar. Hit the bar. Missed one-on-one chances when the goalkeeper gave him that beautiful ball. He trapped it and missed a one-on-one chance. Then they were trying to score, and after 15-20 minutes, something happened. They won a penalty, and Fernandes skied it. And after that, he was talking about one thing I don't know, that the referee bumped into him. That's why he missed. I don't know what he was talking about. He's always crying sometimes. But fantastic game for first. It was a game of 2 halves. Man, you played well in the first half. Second half, they fell off. They fell off real hard. That the way they fell off is that at the end of the day, Fulham had more shots than them and had more position. That's how they fell out in that second half. Not about the first half. It was the second half. I'm thinking that, is it that the formation is not working, or is asking too much of this player? Because truthfully, pressing for 90 minutes is not big. Yeah, you gas out after 30 minutes. You don't run all the, because good teams. I see football.
That's why you have substitutes.
Yeah, I see football is that good teams should know when they will press, and when they, if you know, Arsenal doesn't press 90 minutes. They press you. Sometimes they watch while they are sitting there, they are resting so that they can press again. But Manchester United pressing for the first 30 minutes, probably it was a big problem for them. But if you look at that game in general, Amorim versus Fulham, what do you see in that game? Let me start with you, Nonso.
It go good if Man United don't collect that £100 million for Bruno Fernandes. It makes sense finally, because yesterday we saw him at the absolute low. This is the first time you see Bruno Fernandes put up a very, very poor, not just a poor performance, a very poor performance. I think very. I think it's when they are playing him is the problem.
Thank you. Godwin, you will live long. Thank you.
Bruno has always been a deep line creative player.
Lie.
He's look at the mixture. Like I said under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer before they sacked him. Look at the mixture of Pogba and the rest of them. Pogba was more. If you look at the way they set up, Pogba will go from the left. Bruno and Fred in between the defense line. Then while he creates from there and send those long balls in from that deep sitting role, he can see the forward passes, and he can also join the progression. Like, he's that player who can create from deep line role, and he can create from behind the 10s. So you can't tell me he's not this good or he's not that good. At some point, I just feel like in this game, like I said, he meets it very, very low in this game.
I missed the penalty.
Now, look at everything that happened in that game. We see at Casemiro, it was balanced in midfield. The first half, they had a good performance.
First 20 minutes was there, yes.
First half, they had a good performance. Second half, when they came into the game, they had a good performance. They got a goal. Lenny Euro, and they say it's own goal. We agree, but Lenny Euro goal with that. Mbemo with the assist, actually, from the set piece, corner kick. Man United on the learn to source from set piece. Good for Onate try. But when substitutions happened, the substitutions was when I felt like, bros, these subs were early first. I'm not going to complain about this. The substitution that was early, I'm not going to complain about it. But it's who you are taking out. Because you're 1 goal up, and you're taking out the Casemiro for Ugarte. And I think it was Mason Mount. Mason Mount for Ugarte first.
No,
Casemiro.
I think they brought off Casemiro and put in Casemiro, and Ahmed came out and put in Dalot
and Sesko. That's what I'm saying.
The Mount
moved back. Then they took him off for Ugarte.
Yes.
Now, where they lost that game was when they took out these 2 players in midfield. Ahmad Kars. They lost midfield there because every other person was, if you look at that lot, they exposed him. If you look at it's not about having the energy to run. It's not about being the coach's favorite. At some point, the manager said it's about it's not about favoritism, it's about competition for places. Bros, Ahmad was, if you look at Ahmad from that right side, Man United had it on lock from that side. But after his exit, they had exposure from there. I think that the goal from Fulham came from that area.
Yeah, it came from that area.
It came from that area. So
it will be with an assist.
With the cross. So you see that there are players who you have in your team. They have the energy to burn for 90 minutes. There are some substitutions. There are substitutions you make and you lose the game. And Fulham came out to say it's not about the midfield. They know they were going to do some things in the midfield, but it's about the defense, the way they set up, how to break the line of defense, which means teams are also studying how to break your defensive line.
I think
because look at the run from, I think nobody was, and if you look at the goal for Fulham, nobody was picking up the run of Smith Rowe.
I think
nobody was picking up.
If you look at that game, generally, John, if you look at that game, when the game finished again, if you go on, because whenever the game finished, what thing I do if I finish watching the game, I just watch the press conference of the coach. Then I go on social media to see what general view everybody is thinking about. If you go on social media, everyone will still think that 3-4-3 will not work at Manchester United because of the player they have, especially Fernandes. If you are going to play Fernandes as a midfielder, as that CM, most times it does not work. That's what they are saying. I saw that game. I could see what they are saying. They prefer Fernandes like behind the strike. That's what they prefer. But do you think, if you look at Manchester United and Amorim, do you think that this is things? He started doing this Cunha and Mount as and everybody was saying start Sesko, because I understand what they are meaning. Do you know that if you start a game, you progress with the team? Most times, if they introduce you, most times everybody is not destabilized.
You're lost in traffic, man.
But I think if they started Sesko in that game, Sesko might struggle at the beginning, but he will progress as the game progresses. But everybody's complaining. He still starting Mount as a first nine. They should throw in Sesko. But in general, what do you see about Amorim and his
Godwin, I have 5 categorical points to make on this topic because I don't want to get emotional about this right now. Number 1, Amorim should come out and tell the fans if he wants to win matches and if he still wants to be Manchester United coach, because it is expected of a Manchester United coach that you set up to win games and you do not set up to defend. You set up to come out to play progressive football and win games. QED. Secondly, if this is the way Amorim wanted to set his side up coming into the season, I'm sure Jim Ratcliffe is somewhere regretting that he spent £210 million and Manchester United have not scored a goal from open play this season by their own players, with the 210 million strikers starting or playing the game. That is very, very telling. Now, I'm saying this because if you put it in context with his performances with other superstars and star players, he has always bottled his own players to promote his image. We saw it when he forced Garnacho out of the side, when he also forced Anthony out of the side. I'm sure there are Manchester United fans that will be like, look, these guys, the only problem they have at Manchester United is that Amorim say you don't need them again. QED. Not necessarily that they don't want to play for the club or they don't have what it takes. You understand me? And right now, with no buyer coming in for them, if anything happens to Fernandes, injury-wise, if anything happens to Cunha or Matisse, who is coming in to come and fill those, starting his games. First goal, first assist. Look at your Yokeres for Arsenal. Terrible first performance in the Premier League. 2 goals in the second game. If you go back to preseason, he's not in the preseason as well. So I'm just saying that if this guy, you really wanted him and you got him in for yourself, unless say Najim give you. If Najim give you, you are doing this, but you understand that whatever happens with this guy, your job is on the line because you've been backed. Nobody will come out and say you've not gotten your own players in, because you've gotten your own players in this window. You wanted Matisse, you wanted Mbeumo, you wanted this striker up front, you wanted, and they've been giving you. So right now, you are scoring yourself. That's the 3rd point. The 4th part now in this issue is...
He said reach past 5.
Part 1,
part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5. If you come, I will come from part 1 and start the answer you.
The 4th one in this scenario now is that this Manchester United side, you are seeing the way they set up, apart from the formation, the players he plays in key positions are a product of not having the right players he wanted ab initio. Not having the right players he wanted ab initio. You move a pure 10 like Bruno Fernandes out of his position and played in deeper, and you complain to the board that you need 2 10s. What happened to Bruno in that team? What happened to Mount in that team? What happened to Ahmad in that team? Oh, they are not good enough. Ahmad, they are good enough to come and play wing back. Bruno, you are good enough to come and play 6. So you take a player out of his strength, put him in his weakness. As captain, you have to lead the line. He don't die for that position. A couple of good performances, a couple of good goals. Manchester United fans will celebrate the goals and they will overlook the mistake. What happened this season now when you have other people in those positions and you're struggling and they are losing from that position?
Okay.
You are now in a terrible life with the fans. So I'm saying that people calling for Bruno's neck because of the penalty miss and the performance.
I'm not saying Højlund is forcing his way out. I'm
forced
saying
out.
Again, Højlund is not part of the traveling team, which I have a problem with.
But you said
First
the line
off,
that is if you understand, if you want to force your way out, Højlund is not the one forcing his way out.
I'm not saying Højlund is the one forcing his way out, please. I said it's the power tussle between the manager and the head of recruitment, Christopher Vivian Abinavio. Because some of the players he's gone on to get, at some point I feel like if you listen to what Amorim has said when he was looking for a striker, when they said he was going to be looking for a striker, there was no Sesko on the list. It was Christopher who went on to get some players in. The players on his list and the players that Christopher brought in are not the same. We're talking about the Baleba. Amorim has never talked about the Baleba. It's always a Højlund or an Adam Watson. But now the team is going for Baleba.
Well, I think generally now, what will happen with Amorim, but he needs to just start winning games. All this analysis we are doing about Manchester United because he's still losing games or drawing games. If he starts winning games, probably we'll start seeing progress. But you cannot spend more than 200 million pounds on strikers and you are struggling to score goals.
Thank you.
That's the problem. The problem about spending money is that the expectation will be high. If you spend 300 million, they expect you to produce results. If you don't spend at all, that's why last season Slot over-indexed because he didn't spend anything, basically didn't spend anything, and everybody was surprised.
He worked with what he had.
And it worked for him. Now he can spend. God can trust him to spend huge money. Even Arsenal, even though they have not won a trophy, you could see progress. So everybody's looking for progress. Personally, I'm looking for progress for Manchester United, but being as played by Fulham is actually terrible. You cannot go and be a player. You can win games, but that's what we are saying last week. Manchester United, the same thing we talked about last season. They will perform this particular game against Arsenal or Manchester City.
Consistently
They will
inconsistent.
play Bournemouth at Old Trafford and Bournemouth will trash them. And
Thank you.
The same thing. They played well against Arsenal. Struggled against Fulham.
See, you will not tell me they didn't play well against Fulham.
Oh wow.
I said they tried, but if you compare what they play against Arsenal with this,
not be the same level, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Consistency, it means that we could see that either you are consistent or you're actually making improvement. We can see the improvement. You cannot be outplayed by Fulham. Had more shots on target than you. Had more position. They passed the ball more than you. What did you have more than them?
They passed the ball more than you than same person passed to goalkeeper. Pass and back to the defender.
They pass more than you.
They pass more than you.
No,
simple.
because I the talk here every day, and I'll continue to sing it like a broken, like John will say, you're beginning to sound like a broken record right now. I'll begin to sing it here like a broken record. I don't count passes completed as an achievement. Passes completed. If it's not forward passes, Jorginho will get more. See, if now say you want to talk, Jorginho had more passes than Fabregas. In his playing career, he had more passes than Fabregas. But how many of those passes were useful?
Well,
you get me. Now I'll still go back to say Fred and Scott McTominay had more passes than Kevin De Bruyne. But how many of those passes were caught?
Let me tell you something about teams. Depending on the way you set up, Jorginho was set up to recycle possession.
That's
why he played for Chelsea.
Same thing with Fabregas.
That's what I'm saying. That's why he played first team football for many years for Chelsea because his job was to recycle possession.
The same thing for Safar.
Fab played more as an attacking midfielder.
Thank you.
So he was there to create chances. So you can understand that.
Even in a team where he was playing a deep lying role.
If you look at this generally, I think that if I saw that game, the way they played the way they played Arsenal and the way they played Fulham, my own is that you have to be consistent. Consistency is what we are looking for. You don't have to play well against Arsenal. Okay, even if you are going to play bad, play and win.
Got it. Let me now understand this now. They played better against Arsenal.
Yes.
And they lost.
Yes.
And they played badly against Fulham. According to you. And they draw. This badly is better. As I said, score goal. This badly is better than the last performance. Man United score goal.
Yes. What I'm saying is that yes, you can.
No, because that's what we just said now. Because when we're talking about Arsenal, we're talking about it that even if you have a bad performance, just score goals.
They did not win.
But they scored.
They scored, yes.
They scored. They played well against Arsenal. They played exceptionally well against Arsenal.
See what I'm saying?
Wait now.
Arsenal
They
is
played
a-
exceptionally well against Arsenal, and they lost without scoring a goal.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
And they played against Fulham, and they scored, and they have a performance.
Okay,
This
no,
one
wait,
is better than that
see
one.
what I'm saying? Against Arsenal and Fulham are not the same thing. For you to perform well against Arsenal, everybody expects you to perform better against Fulham. That's what we are saying. Arsenal and Fulham are not the same thing. Arsenal probably will play Fulham and outplay them. That's what I'm saying. But generally, but let's see what Amorim is going to do. Amorim is going to be truthfully. I think we need to give him maybe 7 games. Maybe let's say that he brought in players, all these players, like especially that.
How many they use?
That striker position. Let's say that he's waiting for all of them to gel. But truthfully, Cunha missed 2 chances in that first half.
Thank you.
Bruno Fernandes missed a penalty. If they have scored this, we won't be talking about this. But the problem that they have dropped 2 points. We have to talk about it, but let's see what will happen. Okay, for today's game, let's get your prediction for today's game. It's the battle of Isak and Newcastle is going to host. Newcastle is going to host Liverpool in today's game. It's going to be a fantastic game of football because Isak is going to be at home watching a team that he wants to play for and team that refuse to let him go. Both of them is going to play today by 8 p.m. What do you think will happen in that game? And give me your prediction quickly.
Okay, first and foremost, Liverpool winning, but even with the win, they are going to lose the pride battle against Newcastle. So Liverpool. Okay, let me rephrase. Liverpool winning, but having to pay more in the transfer battle to get Isak because of the win.
Okay, now so
it's revenge. I don't know about Isak, but Isak is by the way. You get, but it's a revenge. They lost the Carabao Cup finals. I think semi-final. After beating Tottenham Hotspur in semi-finals, they lost the final to Newcastle Carabao Cup. So it's like we lost this one to you, but we are here now to tell you that we're not going to take things easy with you. So it's a revenge match, and I think Liverpool is still going to dominate and win. They get ticket for another goal and assist.
Okay, let's see what happened in that game. Before we take phone calls, I'll read a few comments on our YouTube. Then we'll take phone calls. Before then, MPFL started on Friday, and Remo Stars and Rivers United played the 1-1 draw. The defending champions and Rivers United played the 1-1 draw. Rangers played yesterday with a new promoted side. Rangers started by Kun
Khalifat.
Kun Khalifat is a promoted side. The game happened at Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium, and that game ended 0-0. Rangers had a few chances, but they could not score from those chances. Other results in the MPFL: Kwara United 0, Ikorodu City 0, Abia Warriors and Kano Pillars. Abia Warriors beat Kano Pillars 1-0. Wiki Tories beat Plateau United 1-0. Warri Wolves went away to Castile United to beat them 1-0. El Kanemi Warriors 2, Bendel Insurance 0, Shooting Star 0, Bayelsa United 1. Baru 0,
New promoted side
Baru 0, and Enyimba 0. Niger Tornadoes and National United played a 0-0 draw. Tomorrow we'll sit down and talk about that Rangers game very, very well. But let's take phone calls and get your contribution about all these things we are talking about. The number to call is 0706 048 5853. Let's take the first call. Yeah, hello, good morning. Good morning. Name and location, please. Okay, please quickly, what's your contribution?
I want to just put more on the money match. I'm is totally confused.
Okay.
Thank you.
I can't see a coach spending that kind of amount of money and you're putting Sesko on the bench. I don't see a reason why you're not using a striker in your match. You have not started winning. I don't see a reason because the main purpose you bought those strikers is for you to score goals. And you're putting him on the bench. You don't have Dexter. And the one you have, you're starting him on the bench. I don't see. The man is very confused.
Okay.
I don't like that kind of tactics. I'm telling you the fact.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay, I think that's the same thing everybody, Man fan was saying. Just start Sesko. Even if he's not going to play, start him 75 minutes.
Same thing he did for Elon. Give it to Sesko. Let him start irrespective.
Let him start. I'm starting Mount. I think the problem is with them is him starting Mount in that game. Yeah, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Yeah, King James College for Cool Camp.
Okay, what is your contribution? Quickly.
Yeah, I want to put mark for that Manchester United match yesterday.
Okay.
I was very well disappointed because number one is this. The man spend a big money and buy striker.
Thank you.
And the me. I don't know the reason why that man go keep that guy for bench. And two, let he try as he can to play everybody for his full wing. Like Amadalo. Amadalo is performing well, and the play that CPTS is not good. And let him not use the formation again. There's no in Premier League. It is so hard somebody to come and play 3 for back. it is very, very hard. You cannot perform anything. You will still continue losing. They are not happy for it. Please, let me try to change that formation.
All right.
And please, go at the back now.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, that's the thing, because it's not working.
Go there,
Everybody
go
will
there.
complain.
Let's be honest, that right side is unlocked. Mbeumo Ahmad. I don't know why that substitution came in where he took out Ahmad for that lot, but that right side is unlocked.
Okay.
Nobody should go there and touch it again. Mbeumo Ahmad.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, name and location, please.
My name is Tango from Enugu State.
Okay, what is your contribution? Quickly.
I want to talk about Man United.
Everybody.
Against Fulham.
Okay, quickly, all right.
The problem Man United is that
Hello?
Man United will play well.
Okay.
They will not play well.
That's the
Against
thing.
Arsenal, Man United play well against Arsenal.
And they lost.
Fulham draw them.
Mhm.
So Man United, I don't know their problem.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, that's the problem. I keep
It's
saying
not a
that.
no matter how you guys say problem, it's not a problem for me because you
Oh,
played
it's not a
well.
problem. Wow.
See, because according to you guys, it's not about playing
You
well.
are
It's about
being
getting
contrarian right now. You're
No.
not being coherent with what you've been saying.
See,
now.
let me
see,
let's
Not
take
being
over.
You
coherent.
guys, I'm
You've
not
not being coherent with
now
what you've been saying.
leave the English, whether coherent or not.
Let's
I'm
take
just
calls.
trying to coherent with what you guys are saying here in the studio.
Let's take
That
calls,
it doesn't
yes.
matter if you perform, just get the results.
They didn't get the result this thing. That's the problem.
They got a draw. They got
They
where
didn't
you
get
go.
the results.
Hello, good morning. Name and location, please.
Prince from Maryland.
Okay, Prince.
Good morning, Prince.
I told you guys I'm not going to start criticizing anything. I know Amorim is making a mistake for not starting Sesko because that yesterday match, we needed a striker that will be finishing our goals. Man created chances in the first 20 minutes.
Yes, 20, yes.
The issue is the striker is not there to finish. I've been saying it. Kuya is being best played as a number 10, not a striker. If you watch all his matches, both the time at ATMO, Leipzig and Wolves, he has been playing well as a number 10, not as a striker. Anyway, John, I'm not criticizing your team. Your coach made a mistake. Why will you bench Bernardo Silva? You don't have someone that is creating chances for Haaland.
Okay.
I'm telling you, that's massively we are just off. And you don't blame your keeper. Nobody should blame him.
I never blamed him at all.
Team, your chorus now might score 2 goals. In the next fight, might not score.
It's possible.
That is how football is.
Okay.
So I've learned to stop criticizing players and teams. Because I know there's no season that will come that you see a team will not have a bad. Next week now, Arsenal might lose now. You'll be saying Arsenal didn't play well. They won now. Everybody will hearing. They might lose next week.
All right.
That is how football is.
Thank you very much. Okay, Papa, let me take one more call before I go to our YouTube channel and read some of the comments. Okay. Yeah. Hello. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
Manchester United OG.
Oh, welcome.
Okay. What is the contribution? Quickly.
My contribution is not much, but I'm not happy with Amorim.
Thank you.
Amorim is disappointing me.
Okay.
The issue of Manchester United, the match the man played yesterday is very, very bad. Against Arsenal, I see progress, but this one I can't understand. How can this man be playing this information again?
Thank you.
You bought a player and you know this player is number 9. Put it there. You bought number 10. You know this player is number 10. Put him there. Why are you changing Bruno to midfield and bringing this guy to be a 9? Why you have a 9 on the bench?
Missing Mount.
That's the problem.
This man is confusing himself and also making Manchester United fans very angry. Yesterday I couldn't eat.
Sorry,
man.
And I'm very, very angry with this man. If he play like this in the first matches, let them sack him and bring somebody else. Because I'm not happy about it.
Right.
How can you make Manchester United fans unhappy? This particular 200-something million pounds, those players are quality.
Thank you.
So very, very quality players you have over there. See how mad. You remove him. Somebody that is making runs and other things. You remove him and put somebody else there, that is not even going forward. I don't understand what this man is trying to do in Manchester. I watched him yesterday. If I'm there, I'll just rush him and I'll just beat him up.
All right, no,
I'm
thank you very
not
much.
happy. I'm not
No
happy
rest
he's
for the
doing
weekend,
Manchester
oh.
United.
Thank you very much. Okay, okay, please, we don't support violence. Yeah,
No rest on the weekend. All the weekend on
I
the
beg,
best.
no go beat anybody. I beg, but I understand what they are saying.
It's heartbreaking, man.
Playing Mount when you have Zeski and Sesko on your bench and playing Mount as a striker, interchanging Mount and
It becomes a problem.
Yeah, it becomes a problem. Play the players there. If they don't perform, you know that they are not performing.
I don't have
It's
a problem
obvious.
with Bruno playing a deep line creative
So,
role.
but let's see what Amorim is going to do. Amorim needs to start winning games, even if you don't play with. Fine, if Arsenal did not play well against Man United, but they won the game. So many. That's how you make champions. Even if you struggle, you win the game. But you cannot spend almost 200 million pounds, more than 200 million pounds, and you are still tinkering with Mount as a striker. Where you have Zesco, even have Højlund that you want to freeze out. So why not bring him in if you don't want to play? Start with Zesco. I don't understand. So they have Højlund, they have Zesco, they have Zeski, they have Sesko, you have Mbeumo, you have who you know get for that team. So you need to start fixing up his team. Okay, this is how we're going to end today's show. Thank you for joining us on today's show. Tomorrow we are back again to talk about other teams, the other games that happened. We're going to talk about the transfer because Boniface failed his medicals in the weekend. We're going to talk about it tomorrow. We're going to talk about the Seria, the La Liga games, the MPFL. We'll talk about the in-depth of all of them tomorrow. Thank you for joining us on today. My name is Godwin, and have a wonderful day.
Hello, Enugu, and welcome to
Okay, guys on our YouTube, thank you.
No, now they say Boniface.
Guys on our YouTube, thank you very much. Sorry, I could not read anybody's comment today, but let me hail all of you. Tochi Peters, welcome to the show. Nathaniel Lumma, I can see you. Emenike Gary, welcome to the show. Samuel Ogon Naya, welcome to the show. Chuko Binam, I hail you. Tima, my man,
Salute.
welcome to the show. Chuks, my man, welcome to the show. Chuko Binna, I can see you. Tochi Peter, I can see you. Chigozie, I see you. Thank you all for joining us today's show. Farouk, welcome to the show. Farouk, SSB 28, welcome to the show. Barry, I can see you. Aderi, welcome to the show. Aderi, thank you. Okoroche, all of you do well today. Thank you all.
It choke. Man, choke. Thank you.
I saw your last comment, Jaja Sonto, where you say you no go comment again. Thank you for for coming back. I'm actually looking out for you when I saw come on, please. When I saw your comment, I saw it again. Thank you, Jaja, for coming back to our show. Samson Oba, welcome to the show. Emmanuel Leo, welcome to the show. I agree to that. Drake Media, I agree to that. Thank you all for joining us on today's show. Okay.
Double salute.
I think Nels Pillar. I think I just saw that name now. Pronounce that name for me now. The final one.
Neil Pile.
Okay, Neil Pillar, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us. Please, if you are here, please remember to subscribe to our
Alex,
channel.
how markets?
Please remember to subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us, being part of today's show. Please join us tomorrow. I'm going to be reading more of your comments tomorrow. Today is Premier League preview now, so we need to banter ourselves very well. Thank you all. I love you all. Thank you. See you guys tomorrow.